Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Matt.
I'm Grandpa.
I'm Tracy.
I'm Joel.
And we're some of the Veggie Boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see you. We have got a warm one on our hands today. It's very likely that we are going to get up into the 100s today. And I can honestly say that's something we're not really looking forward to. As of right now, we've got the farm market all set up. We had a few other chores we took care of this morning. We're only really waiting on one thing, and that one thing is silage, which Daniel is cutting right now. Yo, are you making breakfast today?
I got the fresh eggs.
Back up. Come on. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Hello, I know.
They're dying, Andy. They're dying.
We're just waiting on Daniel to get back with the cattle's silage, and then we should be done with the animals. All the animals are doing really well. It's gonna be extremely hot today, so we're gonna be keeping a closer watch on them. I filmed the animals a little bit more in winter. Some of you may remember that because I don't have as much going on. But this time of the year, mostly the videos are focused on the vegetables and just working out in the fields. At the moment, I am up in the farm market looking at what we need to harvest today. You're not gonna see much of Matthew. He is at the auction. He is picking up some fruit and some other things that we desperately need. Today, we're gonna get started on harvesting stuff for the weekend. We're expecting to have a very busy weekend. And I think if we look at the schedule, the pickling cucumbers need to be harvested today. Feels good, Andy. Matthew took the truck today because he went to the auction, so we need something to pick all of our produce onto, so we're grabbing one of the wagons. And all the good wagons are being used for other things, so we got to use one of the less desirable wagons. The hoses we have for the air compressor are too short, so I had to take the air compressor out there. And that thing is heavy. It's on wheels, but it's heavy, and it's not fun to move. All it did was make me sweat more, but I think that's gonna be the norm today. Parking lot's full, that's what we like to see. We got 2 bins loaded onto the wagon and we got a lot of baskets. We need sweet corn, so Joel is gonna take the tractor over and put the forks on it, and then we should be good to go. How you feeling?
I'm hot.
We have made it out to the fields and we are now going to get started harvesting our pickling cucumbers. One thing is for certain, the warm weather is not keeping the bees away. I'm hearing a lot of buzzing from inside these plants. That is a big positive. I'm happy they don't mind working in the heat. I am noticing something while I'm harvesting today. The heat is starting to affect these plants. The plants do not look near as lively. The leaves are kind of drooping over, and that is one from it being so hot, but 2, it's pulling so much moisture out of the air that the plants are starting to suffer from it. A couple videos back I actually talked about this. I think I mentioned it with the peppers, how the heat was going to be such a factor, but that's why we spent so much time irrigating and taking care of our plants, not just looking for the crop, but taking care of the plants themselves, so when it did get this worm, we wouldn't be in trouble and our plants and our vegetables would be okay. Here's a really good example. You can see how the leaves are drooping down. That is not good. When the leaves droop down like that, it's easier for the sun to penetrate in between the leaves, and that's where you could get sun scald. Cucumbers can get sun scalded as well. It's just not as common. We're gonna have to keep a close eye on our peppers. Fortunately, we only have 2 rows of pickling cucumbers, so this goes a little quicker than our first planting. However, we get many, many more cucumbers off of this planting. Once Gavin and Dad finish off their row of pickling cucumbers, we will have all the pickling cucumbers picked today. Gavin just showed up. He was taking care of horses, and Daniel was doing a delivery, and he just brought water for everybody. Now that we are finished harvesting pickling cucumbers, we're gonna get everything loaded up and onto the wagon. Today we got a lot of nice pickling cucumbers. This should help out tons because we have so many orders. Say throw me that in your left hand, I'll set it right on the stack. Hey boys, pretty fine weather we're having today. Yeah, pretty nice. We got everything loaded onto the wagon. We got 9.5 baskets of pickling cucumbers. Look at our second planting of peppers. They're starting to get size to them. Look at that. Oh my. And then here are some beans. Everything's growing. Although this is not fun to work in, if we get some moisture in the ground, things are really gonna start growing with all this heat. Do you see that bin up there? Okay. If that falls off, we gotta yell at Joel for his reckless driving. If you didn't know, you can drive reckless at 2 miles an hour. We've got the bin on the front of the tractor. Now we stopped picking down here somewhere the other day, so we're just gonna continue where we left off. I'll show you our method that we have for marking where we stopped. Here we go, where we have the stalks bent over. This is where we stopped last. This is the best method we have found for remembering where you stopped harvesting in a field. Now this is on the end, so it's kind of easy to figure it out. But sometimes when you are in the middle of these fields, it's hard to remember where you stopped. So that's why we bend over the rows. Now, fortunately for today's harvest, we don't have to count the corn. Makes it a little easier on me. I run out of fingers and toes after we get going a little bit. Now, when it comes to our farm market, having fresh sweet corn is very important to us. That's why we work so hard to harvest it every day. Now, this sweet corn that we're harvesting is a very sweet, thin ear. Now, even though the ear is thin, they are filled out very nice, and as I mentioned, they have a great flavor, which is bringing back a lot of people to the farm market. It is a lot of work to harvest this sweet corn, but we find it very important to do so that we can make our customers happy and they keep coming back. We just got all the sweet corn that we needed for today. I will say it was pretty tough pulling this sweet corn. When it gets so hot and dry like this, the moisture starts to leave the corn and it holds on to the ears. So the inside of my forearm is a little sore from pulling corn, but there's nothing I can do about it. That was a lot of work. It is now lunchtime, so we are gonna head home, get everything put into the cooler, and we're gonna eat. How are you doing, boss?
I'm hot.
We have an extra bin on here, as you can see. We originally were gonna try and get some cabbage, but it didn't work out. We had so much going on this morning, the time just got away from us. Does anybody else have that problem, where there's not enough time in the day? Us farmers seem to be running into that more and more. Parking lot's pretty full here at the farm market. It's kind of hard to get stuff backed in when it's like this, but It's a good sign. It means we're selling stuff. You know, all you need to get a wagon backed in is a super impressive tractor driver like Joel. Joel is a professional. Did he learn how to do this on a stable life?
He doesn't have a big tractor like this on a stable life. He has
Oh
little
my,
tractors.
no, I'm not gonna tell him you said that. Don't tell me you were spinning the tires. It feels really nice in here. Yeah. Let's see what we're having for lunch. Oh, it looks like we're having barbecue sandwiches. Grammy made carrot cake. We just got finished with lunch and I am looking through the cooler, seeing what we need. We've decided we're not gonna do any more picking today unless we have to, since it's so hot. I have to do some editing this afternoon, so I'm gonna run up and take care of that. The boys are gonna be working on odd jobs here around the farm, trying to stay cool. This is one of the biggest reasons why we work so hard through the week, making sure we have enough stuff picked. So when a day like this comes by, we don't have to work through the entire day and have to work in the heat. And that's why we all work together, so that we can do something like that. Hey everyone, we are back. I got all finished with editing this afternoon. While I was working on editing, we got hit with a crazy storm, almost got an inch of rain, and that inch of rain came in like 25-30 minutes. The trees were almost bent over in half. We got a lot of wind and a lot of rain very fast. We prefer a nice slow rain that soaks into the ground, but at this point we'll take anything we can get. And then after I got finished, I came down and I brought Callie with me, and now she's hanging out with the family. What are you doing? I asked my dad what he had been up to this afternoon. He said he was working in the farm market, and when Matthew got back from the auction, they had to sort through everything that he brought back. So he was making room in the cooler and getting everything situated so that it was easier for us to sell. It's just about time to close up the farm market, so we're gonna start putting things away, and then we're gonna head up to the house. Grandpa just came up and took Callie off me. She's going for a quad ride with Grandpa. I'm heading up to the house to see how long till dinner. Hello, hello. What are we having for dinner tonight?
Chicken and broccoli tortellini.
Ooh, sounds good. Did you enjoy your quad ride?
She's enjoying her swing too.
I know, I see that. Alrighty everyone, we are now out at the dinner table. The food is on the table. Looks pretty good. And since we're all getting ready to sit down and eat, you know what that means. This is where we're gonna end the video today. I would like to thank everyone for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.